What's up, caregiving family? This is Candace from OurFTDJourney, and this is video number 2 of for World FTD Awareness Week. So, where do I start? Okay, so those who have been around our page for a while know that this isn't my first time around as a caregiver. I've pretty much been taking care of my mom all my life. My mom was bipolar when I was growing up, and more often than not untreated, so life was very chaotic and odd to say the least. And so I'm used to chaos. The difference between caring for her when she was in her bipolar and manic states was I always knew she would get better, and so there was always hope. Well, when I took on caring for her with dementia, well, I knew it would be difficult and a challenge. I had no idea, though, the extent of what I was getting myself into. I don't regret it at all. I went into this knowing that it would not be easy. Caregiver's never been easy. It just taught me to up my game, so to speak. When I first found out that she had dementia, my mom was 57 years old, and that was tough because I knew, okay, this is when caregiver ends this time, that's it, like that's the end. It's not like, when she was not taking her meds and she would do, get involved in some manic stuff and then come back around and take her meds and be okay again. Like, she's never going to be okay again. She's just going to get worse. And when she first got diagnosed, October 1st, 2013, I cried for like 3 straight months because I was just like, man, my mom, at the time I thought my mom's too young for this. Like, I didn't know that you could get dementia so young. And it wasn't until I started, learning about it that you could be as young, I learned that you could be as young as like 20 years old with dementia. Like, mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. Like, what? So, yeah, the shock and reaction. But I pretty much have been with her since diagnosis, and it was a transition. It's a transition that most people are not ready for. It's a transition that, even most marriages cannot withstand, because when it comes to dementia, eventually everything becomes about the loved one. And that's hard because then everything is less about you. And suddenly now you're thinking for 2 people. You have to be the brain for the other person. And you have to be the protector. And you have to learn preventive care. And what happens if this happens, or what happens if that happens? Suddenly you have to know all this stuff that most of us, probably 3/4 of us or more, didn't even know before we went into this. Most of us have no training in this. And if you speak to anybody who's ever had any training in this, they'll tell you this is harder than even they expected, because, they go to work, they go home, that's it for them. They don't have to deal with it again until the next day. or next week. Caregiving is 24/7. In the earlier stages, depending on when you catch it, maybe not. But as time grows, it's 24/7. Although it was kind of 24/7 even when I started, because I had to remind her to eat and, just remind her to do different things. But she was still verbal, she was still mobile, she was still her and doing everything that she'd always done. She just, you know, couldn't remember some things. And she was frustrated and she was angry and I was upset and I was angry and, how could I be losing my mom like this? Somewhere deep down inside of me, I guess because my mom was bipolar, I always kind of knew that I would probably lose her earlier than I would have liked. But I didn't think it would be like this at all. Like, at all, ever. Uh, I don't think anybody prepares for this, especially when you're a child, an only child. You know, spouses definitely are prepared for this. I'm not married, but we take these vows for better or for worse. And you never know what the worst is until you get the worst. Uh, Nobody is ever prepared for this. So I don't want anybody going into this thinking, oh, I need to prepare. I need to prepare. Because the truth of the matter is, as time goes, things are constantly changing. It's not static, it's fluid. Caregiving and dementia are fluid. You might see daily changes. You might see stabilization for a while. And then all of a sudden, something changes again. It's crazy. But I'll go into that, like, more into another video. But I came into this somewhat naive. I came in prepared, well, as prepared as I could be, or as I thought I was. But I also came into this naive because I thought, okay, this won't be too bad, Uh, like, how bad could it get? Almost 10 years later, my mom's late stage, and yeah, I'm going to have her on video one day. It's crazy, the changes that have come over her, and I guess myself. You don't realize it until you're lost in it, that there are times that you lose yourself and you don't expect to. And all the while you're grieving the loss of somebody else who's very much alive. It doesn't make sense. It's like, how? Why? But that's the way it is. Uh, I know I probably said a lot of nothing in this video, a lot of random thoughts, but that's how I was feeling at the moment. Or if you can relate, let me know. Send me some messages, questions, whatever you want. And I will respond and post them if you like. And, well, I just wanted to get this up today because it's late also. So I didn't want to take too much more time getting this up. But uh, tomorrow I'll talk a little bit more about the earlier stages, I guess, and what it's been like watching her transition through all of this. And like I said, if there's anything you need to know, go ahead, message me, like, share, subscribe. And I'll be back with another video. And I hope you're enjoying the series. And I will see you later. Peace.